The following segment is sponsored by Graves McLain. Well, there is a nonprofit organization dedicated to educating the public about dangerous children's products and keeping young kids safe from harm. And every year at this time, they publish a worst toy list. Joining us this morning via Skype is attorney Chad McLain of Graves McLain with details about a few of the items he has singled out and wants to warn parents about. Thank you so much for joining us, Chad. You know, when I first saw this list, it reminded me immediately of a Saturday Night Live skit with Dan Aykroyd from years ago where it was Johnny Bag of Glass. And of course, you know, it was obvious that that's not something you want the little ones to play with. But the toys this year don't seem to be quite as obvious. So tell me a little bit more about this organization.
Well, a couple of things. First of all, the organization is called WATCH. It's an acronym for World Against Toys Causing Harm. The website is toysafety.org. And for the last 3 or 4 years, it's drawn my attention because we assume, I have young children, they're older now, getting older now, but we assume when we go to the store to buy toys or buy online that they've already gone through safety precautions and that the actual age on the box or the package is correct, and that's not always true. So we need to perform an independent investigation before we bring these toys into our home, depending on the age of the children that are going to have access to them.
Sure, I was just reading some statistics here, and it says there were an estimated 226,000 toy-related injuries. That's for 1 year. Did any of the children from these, injuries die?
Yeah, so about, I guess it would be about 1% of the children. I mean, that number is stunning. 250,000 children per year have, and obviously the way we know that is because they were taken for medical attention, either in the emergency room, urgent care, or pediatrician's office. That's the way they keep the statistics. But about 1% of those died. So somewhere around 20 children died per year.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so tell me some of the toys that made the list of among the most dangerous this year.
So this is called the Boom City Racer, and it looks pretty innocent. It's got a pull cord and a car. And I tried to set this up on my desk where you could see it. We would do that in the studio where you could see all the toys. But it's got a ramp and some barrels, and so it's designed to shoot out of this cannon-like thing. And so it's got noise issues, it's got projectile issues, and I want to say the age on the toy is 4 years old. So probably not the best for a 4-year-old to have, maybe 7 or 8 years old.
Oh my goodness.
This is, I was talking to someone in my office earlier. This is very similar to the old lightsaber from Star Wars. The main difference is this is more like a sword, and then some of the statements that are made on the boxing. This is called the Mandalorian Darksaber. Star Wars fans will be able to identify that immediately. But it's got a noise feature. That's always good. But it's sharp, and it encourages aggressive play, which can result in facial or eye injuries, which we try to avoid. Now I can't turn off the sound.
So it's terribly annoying as well as being dangerous, right?
I'll put it down here, maybe I can.
That one is not on my list this year, that's for sure.
Right.
Okay, and what else? I know that there's, for general safety tips, I mean, where do you go? Because I have a 5-year-old stepdaughter, and this is not the easiest thing to find out.
Yeah, so the main injury that we see in the statistics are choking injuries. So toys that have smaller parts around young children, toys that have loose hairs. There are a bunch of those on the list. I encourage anybody, with kids that are probably 8 or 10 years old or younger, to go to this website and check out the list. There's a couple of links. There's the press release, and then there's the actual release with the pictures of the toys. So easy information to access to be safer on your kids. And the thing now is everything's changed with the pandemic, so kids are home and you're trying to figure out how to let them play inside and be safe, and so this becomes much more important.
Absolutely. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us today. I hear the sword still talking down there. We'll put the information up on the screen with how folks can contact you if they have questions, and also this website. So Graves McLain is at 4137 South Harvard. Call 918-359-6600 or check out gravesmclain.com. You can also find them on Facebook.